What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? To my peeps, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Cross watcher, anybody who has Taurus significantly in your chart. That means a little bit or a lot. This reading could resonate with you. But today, I'm not really doing a reading today. I'm giving you a message, a revelation that I just, hold on. So yeah, not really a message, not really a reading today, but a message. But anyway, before I get into that, to my ride and dies, I want to thank you so much for all that you do for me. But for my ride and dies, today I'm going to ask all of my supporters, my ride and dies that can. I'm doing a fundraiser I'm an alumni in my high school. And I was in a band. So so I'm doing a fundraiser as an alumni with my high school band to help the kids in my city where I grew up, Detroit. What up, though? Where I grew up. And so we're doing a fundraiser to help those kids get scholarships, be able to get instruments, and be able to thrive in the music programs in the city of Detroit. Give back. So please, I'm talking to those who support me, not the people that's on here trying to look and see and trying to figure it out and try to throw shade and try to throw evil eye at the channel. I'm talking to my ride and dies, my true supporters. If you can, I'm asking that you support the fundraiser. It's only for 4 days. It starts today after 6 p.m. Eastern time. And so I'm gonna put that in the description box. If you can, through supporting me, if you can, it's popcorn. I don't know if any of you know about the good. It's called Goody popcorn. It's very good, very good. I have bought some for other fundraisers before. But however, if you can support. It's a good cause, and it's to help these children, these kids, through elementary all the way up to high school. Help them thrive in the music program. And for those of you that are interested, little tidbit about me is that I was a clarinet player in high school, concert band and marching band, all the way from elementary all the way up to high school. And I was first chair. And in the marching band, I was the one, okay? So if you think I'm feisty now, I was feisty back then. I mean, get your legs up. Let's get it. Let's roll. Y'all know what to do. They knew, right? Anyway, so just a little laugh. So with that, if you can support, hit the description box and just buy. If you can't do nothing, I think it's $14 for a bag. But it's really good popcorn. If you could just buy one bag. That's fine. You know, buy what you can buy. And so those of you that's familiar with it, please, please support. All right. I don't ask y'all for much, but I'm asking y'all to support because it's a cause that I believe in, because I was one of those children. So with that being said, I thank you in advance for those who support, who can, and for those who can't, that's fine too. Send prayers. Prayers is energy. Prayers is money as well for these children, so they can thrive and we can have future musicians in the Detroit area. Anyway, that was long-winded. I didn't intend for it to be. But with that being said, my new subscribers, thank you. I'm honored and welcome. And if so, if you too would like to support, please do. If you're here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit the like, subscribe. We 100. We real talk. We real on this channel. So if you can't accept real talk, this ain't the channel for you. Because I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing for you. Not on this one. All right. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right. All about the healing. Look at here. All right. So, like I said, this is not going to be a reading. This is going to be a message. I got a revelation. And the reason why I don't want to pull cards, because I know that I know that God is going to speak through me. And when God speaks through me, it's long-winded. Just like I was long-winded with that one. I didn't expect it to be long-winded. But it is what it is. I'm learning to accept that. Because when God speaks through me, God speaks to me from a different perspective. It's when God speaks through me, I have to explain step by step so you can understand, understand, and overstand. No matter if you are here, you're here, or you're here. You can understand. You can grasp what I'm saying. I'm learning that is why I can't give a simple read, or why I think when I'm looking at the cards, or I'm looking at the message, it's simple to me. And I'm getting ready. This is going to be a quick read. It's simple. But then when I start to speak and God speaks through me, it takes 45 minutes. It takes 50 minutes. It takes 30 minutes. But when I looked at it, it could take 10, 15 minutes and that's it. That's because God speaks through me in a way that my mind see it one way, but he takes it and he gives a different perspective where it can hit more people, and where a lot of people may not understood, or may not understand, or may not grasp it the way I grasp it. When I speak it is in a way that is so simple to grasp. And so in doing that, it takes a long time to speak it. And that's why my words get jumbled up, because I'm seeing it one way and God is wanting to speak it another way. Revelation. Revelation to myself, revelation to you. Why I used to say all the time, well, this is going to be a quick read. This ain't going to take long. And the reading be 30, 45 minutes. And I'm like, whew, this shouldn't have been all that. That's why. It took me all this time to understand that. But anyway, I did a reading where I explained to you if you could remember, or even if you're new here and you have not seen the reading about burning karma. When you burn karma, those are the times when you've done nothing to nobody. You have took the high road in majority of your decision making. Whether if you were right, you were wrong, you were wronged, you were betrayed, you were ridiculed, or wasn't your fault, you was neglected, you was cheated, you was gossiped, you was slandered, you were lied on. Regardless of any of that may have happened to you, you took the high road. You took the high road. You turned away, walked away. But at the end of the day, after everything was said and done, you can't catch a break. You can't catch a break after everything that's been done and spewed and thrown at you. Your finances out of order. You're struggling. Your money falling through your hands, falling through the cracks. You can't keep no money. You can't keep nothing stable. It seemed like when I say you can't catch a break, it seemed like it's just one thing after another that keeps happening over and over and over, and you ain't even done nothing. However, that's in this lifetime. We come to this dimension. We come to this dimension over and over and over again on different timelines. We come to different dimensions over and over and over again, I should say, because it may not even be this dimension that you were on last timeline. You might was on another dimension. But regardless to that, this is not trying to be technical, simple. In your past life, you did everything wrong. You hated on you cheated, you neglected folks, you stumped on folks, you fight folks, you ridiculed, you talked about people, you ran people down. You did all kinds of things that you was big and bad enough to do and got away with it in that timeline. However, in this timeline, it's reaping time. It's reaping time. You a new person, a new face, new body, but same soul. But in this timeline, your soul has to reap a harvest from last timeline or 2 timelines ago. See, that's why it's always said you shall reap what you sow, what you have sown. And it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be this timeline, but you shall reap what you have sown. And so in that message, God spoke and said and showed and was teaching us all that what it means to burn karma is when you come like in this timeline and all you do is catch hell, and you a light bearer, and all you doing is shining your light, trying to be on your journey, trying to do what's right, walking away from people, places, and things that wants to keep stabbing those knives in your back, that's hating on you, running you down, trying to take and cipher your energy, trying to rob you, constantly trying to find ways to stop you and block you and hate on you and dump on you and stomp on you. And you keep getting with God and you keep crying out to God, well, God, what's going on? I ain't done nothing to nobody. I ain't hurt nobody. But that's in this timeline. And in that video, I explained to you how the reason why you caught so much, you're catching so much hell. The reason why it seemed like God ain't listening. And it seemed like God is allowing you to go through these things. And it's not helping you. And it's not just, everything is just on you. And you can't catch a break and God not listening. It's not that. It's karma. It's karma. And I told you in that video that you are burning off karma. Or if you as an individual have already went through all of that cycle, you burned off karma. That's what that means. You burning off karma because you went through. And I'm talking about the ones who went through this cycle and you allowed yourself to go through that trauma. You allowed yourself to go through the process. You didn't buck, you didn't fight, you didn't go get your gun and shoot nobody. You didn't do all these things to people that maybe deserved those things. But you kept it cute, as some people would say. You kept it cute. You kept it 100 with the Most High God. And you allowed all these things to happen. But you trust God and you placed your faith in God that whatever is happening in this cycle, that you're allowing God to handle it and that you will be all right. That's called burning karma. Because when you don't fight and you allow that to happen and you move forward in spite of the hurt, the pain, the struggle, in spite of everything that's going on with you and you ain't done nothing to nobody. But that's not the case. That was not the case in that timeline. That was not the case in 2 timelines ago. That wasn't even the case when you were younger. That wasn't even the case when you was in that past relationship. You dogged that person out, walked away, ghosted them, did all these things, and now you a better person. You moved on to spirituality. And you living right and you doing right. But you got to get that karma for what you did. So some things is happening to you in this timeline based off some things you did in the past that was not right. So you're reaping that harvest. And it comes at an inconvenient time. But you go through it. And you get out on the other side, not beat nobody up, not blaming nobody, not cussing nobody out, just allowing things to go and flow and do what it's going to do. You keep moving. That's burning karma. Because when you fight back, you're adding more time to it. When you buck back, that's adding more time. When you're cussing people out, that's adding more time. That's adding more karma. That's adding more negativity in the situation. But when you allow it to happen, you don't know why. You don't know what's going on. You don't know why your life's so hard. You don't know why you got to go through this. You ain't done nothing to nobody. But oh well. It is what it is. God help me God, help me get through this process. God, what's going on? But if I can't know what's going on, help me get through. Help me fulfill. Help me cross over on the other side. Walk with me until I can be able to walk on my own, to get there on my own, to do what I need to do in this lifetime so I can be freed up from all of this negative energy. Because some of this negative energy is because of you. It's some decisions you made in the past, a past life, that you have to go through. You have to reap. You sown that, you shall reap, and you have to reap. But you have to understand that when you're going through things and you have not done anything wrong at the present time, you have to be mindful and be careful not to blame somebody else, or not to blame or give that energy to someone else when it belongs to you, when it could belong to you. And when you realize that it may belong to you, then and only then can you have the mindset to get through it so you can burn it. Right? Okay. So that's what I said about burning karma. But I got a revelation. What about burning negative energy from people, places, and things that keep on sending you evil eye? People that keep sending you negative intentions. People that keep trying to trip you up, set you up. Sending spells and things for procrastination, self-sabotage, you name it. You know what the deal is. I ain't got to keep going on. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Those relentless people that won't give up. Those people that has so much hate and resentment for themselves, but they don't want to look at themselves. They want to blame everything on you and take all of that resentment and hate and give it to you, because they don't want to, their ego won't allow them to accept responsibility for who they are, the choices that they made, and their karma. Their ego won't allow them to do that. So what they do is they relentlessly attack you. They relentlessly come at you. They relentlessly try to find ways. If they can't get you, then they go to your family members. They can't set you up, they go to your family members. Any way they can to hurt you, that's what they do. But what if you took the same concept of burning karma to burn negative energy, or burn spells, or burn hexes, or burn curses, or burn all of this stuff that's coming towards you? How that looks is, because this is what God showed me, how it works. How it works, I had to tell you how it works first. How it works is they constantly, when they get up in the morning, all the way morning, noon, night, they watch you. They get up, they find a way to get into your personal space. They find a way to get in your personal business. They find a way to find out what is actually going on with you. When they can't get in your personal space and your personal business, then they start to obsess. and come up with made up stuff in their mind and made up stuff that they think that you're doing, or they think that you are going through, or they think. And so they have this elaborate vision or elaborate thing in their mind concerning you, because they can't find concrete. They can't find anything concrete. They can't get into your energy space, your energy field, so they just make things up. So with made up energy and made up images, which in turn makes them more angry, more resentment, more ego eye, because they place you on this pedestal. They place you there. They say that you look better than them. They think that you look better than them. They feel like you look better than them. They feel like you are better than them. You ain't never opened up your mouth. You minding your own business at your place, doing whatever it is that you need to do for you and your family, your life. You ain't minding your whole life and your whole business. Ain't uttered a word about you looking better, being better, is better. But that's what's in their mind. So their mind is saying that you look better. Their mind is saying all these things, and you're not even involved in that. So based off what's in their mind, they are feeding negative energy to you. Right? So they get up morning, noon, and night, come at you, targeting you, hating on you, trying to find ways, skills, binding, all kind of ways they can try to get you, stop you, ciphering your energy, copy you, whatever. So your life, like I said, you're on your path, you're doing your thing. But most of you that's on this channel have some type of gift, some type of talent, some type of ability, wisdom. You have something that is going on with you that people are targeting you for. People are jealous over you for. People are copying you for. People want what you have. So, if they can't get it, then they send all this negative energy. And when they do that morning, noon, and night, because of who you are, and because you are protected, it goes back to them. However, because they do it so much, it's a residue. Their intention is what is protected. Their intentions for you is that don't happen. You're protected from that. But what does happen is somebody constantly projecting, constantly sending negativity. If you're not mindful, if you don't use your wisdom, if you don't use your gifts, if you don't look in the spirit, you will miss it. You will miss that thing that you were supposed to do. You will miss that God is needing you to do that today. And you would procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate and do it next month. And then when you do that and you delay it and you do it next month, then that delays everything that God was wanting to do for you right then and there. You self-sabotage your success When you put things off for a later date, when God has things in order, God has a frequency, God has things that needs to be done. Bam, bam, bam. When you do this, then this opens up for this. When you do this, this opens up for this. When you do this, it opens up for this. And all these doors that are opening, it opens up a portal of success for your timeline. It's just an example, but I need you to get it. So what I'm saying is, with that revelation, that all of this energy that's keep coming in, you burn that energy. You burn that negative energy by going against the grain. If it is something that your mind keep telling you, and you know in your heart that it's something that you need to do, but you just don't feel like it, you just, it's, I do it, it's, but your mind is telling you, oh, you could just put it off. No, it's too much work. I don't feel like it. But your heart is telling you, yeah, you need to go ahead and do this. Follow your heart. Follow your heart and burn that karma. Not burn the karma, burn that energy. Because it's so much energy that's coming at you. When you go against the grain and do everything, I mean it. I mean what I'm saying. Everything. You do everything that you don't want to do, that you know you're supposed to be doing. It start to open up things for you. Stuff that you was supposed to have been and done long time ago. Stuff that you had on your to-do list long time ago. You start to have energy. You start opening up energy for you to be able to do more. You start to be able to see a way. Whereas when you procrastinate, you give in to your mind and put it off, or it ain't that serious. You look around and all you see is all the things that need to be done, and you just don't have the energy to do it. So then you start to feel bad, and you start to feel worse, and you just keep laying in the bed and keep laying in the bed and keep laying in the bed, and all you do is see all these different projects and all these different things that you need to do. Not just need, that want to do. But as you procrastinate, as you set back, all that negative energy, all that negativity, all that projection, you start listening to all of that and not listening to your heart. Your heart is God. Your heart is God. God tell you to get up, go ahead and do it anyway. Go get up and do it anyway. That's called burning that energy. Just like you can burn karma, you can burn off these curses. You can burn off these hexes by doing things. Because what I mean by burning the curses and hexes, it's already been returned. They already been returned. But however, it's things in that hex and in those curses that God had already. It's the reason why they sent the curse, why they sent the hex. The intention behind that curse and hex, you still need to operate. You still need to do. Is what I'm trying to say. It's a reason why the person Sit that hex, sense that hurt, that curse. They don't want you to have this. They don't want you to do this. They want to stop you from doing this. They don't want you to be successful. Let's just do it like that. They don't want you to be successful. They don't want your business to be successful. So they send a curse or a hex or whatever, or a spell to go against your business. But that hex, that curse, their intention, it returns back to sender because of who you are. And you're protected. However, you still, that energy, that negative energy, if you're not mindful, it's a projection. You will feed into something that already has been returned back and should not even be, should be in your aura, in your energy field, because it's been returned back. But because it's projection, it comes to your mind as well. You get those negative you get those negative thoughts to go against the very thing that God has said that you can have, or God has said that this is your destiny. This business is your destiny. It will succeed. But it can't succeed if your mind is if your mind is listening and submitting to negative energy and putting off work, putting off things, vital things that need to be done for success in this business. All it's going to do is set you back and put many delays on the ultimate success. The timing of the ultimate success that God has already ordained on your business. And so how you burn, just like karma, you have to not give in to the negativity, not give in to you feeling that you tired. I mean, you could be bone tired. How I know about this is you could be bone tired and you could force yourself to get out that bed and force yourself to do what it is that you don't have no energy to do. And when you get out the bed and you force yourself, within 15 minutes, your energy is restored. That's a spell. That's a spell. Because 15 minutes ago, you was sleepy, you couldn't get out the bed, you was tired, but you had made a promise and you put this on your list that this is what you was going to do today. So, and you said you was going to do it at 1 o'clock. I'm going to do it at 1 o'clock. It's 12:55. And you like, no, I'll just do it tomorrow. But your heart is, no, you need to go ahead and get on up. Listen to your heart. Get on up and get it done. And once you start working on it and going ahead and getting it done, once you finish it, you feel so refreshed and fulfilled, versus putting it off tomorrow, and that very thing that you were supposed to do yesterday, you still feel like you don't want to do it. So when you do it and you get it done and you finish it, you have more energy to get more things done. And more things done. And then before long, it's like, oh, I got so much done. I'm so productive today. I've gotten so much done. That's because it was a spell. It was a spell to work against your energy, your time, your effort. It was a spell to go against you, to self-sabotage your own self. And the longer you feed in, and the longer you, oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do it. The longer you do that and keep flicking on that TV and keep watching, oh, let me watch my show. I watch it when I get up. The more you hooked into that, the more they can suppress your success and your success, your time and your energy field. If they can't take and pull from you, they try to stop you. And they try to stop you by you stopping your own self. You blocking your own self. But if you start burning by doing it tired, doing it hurting, doing it, if you got to do it with tears in your eyes, do it with tears in your eyes, because once you finish, you will see then what I'm talking about. When you're finished, you'll realize that it was a spell. Because after you finish, you have all that energy. All that energy. But you had none starting it. But while you working it, while you doing it, while you completing it, you got all that energy. And you're able to finish that project and go to another project and go to another project. And then it happens the next day. You don't want to get up. You don't want to do it. But then you remember how much you got done the day previous. And that motivates you. Well, if I got it done yesterday, I can do some things today. Let me get on up. And that's called burning. Burning. You're burning that negative energy. Freeing up your energy to be able to accomplish those things that you and God predestined and destined for you to be, to do, and have in this timeline. So for a lot of us, this is a very important message, because for a lot of us, you're single, you don't have a lot of, you don't have a lot going, a lot of relationships, men and women all in your life and going in and all out and all of that. You don't have all of that. So you live in a simple life in peace. But where they get you at is because you are at peace. They switched it. They flipped it. You at peace. You don't have all that confusion, all that chaos. So let me flip this thing where all you do is lay around all day. Don't even do the things that you know you're supposed to be doing in your household. Not you and wrote down a list of things that you want to do around the house is for spring or summer. You want to plant some flowers, get your garden together. You got plans. You got plans for your business, how to expand your business, how to do different things. You have plans. You have things written down that you need to conquer, that you need to start the process and get working. But you can't get out the bed. It happens all of a sudden. After, you'll have so much energy to write all of this stuff down. You coming up with a plan, you devising a plan, everything is working, everything is everything. I'm going to start tomorrow. You can't get out the bed. You can't get out the bed. That's a spell. That's not sickness. That's not joint pain. That's not arthritis. That's a spell. To get you to have an excuse to not do what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Burning that negative energy, that negative residue, burning it. And I know what I'm talking about. And I know the collective is going through this. Because God just gave it to me so simply. If you can burn karma, you can burn this negative energy. Burning the negative energy, that means to get up in spite. That means to do in spite. That means to go through it hurting, go through it crying, go through regardless. And immediately after you finish that very thing you cried about, you don't want to do, you don't want to be bothered, it is a lift. It is a lifting of your energy. It's an energy flow. It's an energy release off of you that immediately enables you to be able to do more, to be able to be more, to be fulfilled, to be confident. When just an hour ago, you couldn't get out the bed. So, I'm speaking to you, and God is speaking to his chosen ones. If you find yourself in a predicament because the chosen ones are being targeted this way because they can't get you any other way, angry and bitter that they cannot have your energy, that you're utilizing your own energy to manifest the things that you're supposed to have in this lifetime. But part of manifestation is sowing, reaping, but you gotta work. When you sow is working. It's things that you have to do while you're manifesting to be able to open up that harvest to be able to come down for you to reap. You can't lay in the bed and flick on the TV all day. You can't be depressed. You can't listen to people, places, and things. You can't listen to your mind sometimes because it ain't you. But you got to listen to your heart because God is speaking to you through your heart. But your mind is cluttered with a whole lot of things sometimes. And you got to go against that and do what your heart and do what you know you're supposed to do in your soul. Because sometimes your heart ain't even it. Sometimes your soul be screaming out to you to get things done and you just lay there. Because the energy level is there. But the energy is there. But your mind is telling you that you don't have time. You can't get it done. It's too hard. It ain't gonna work. It's too much. I just can't do it. But that's a lie. It's a spell. Because they can't get you any other way. You're protected. But if they can get you to listen to that mess that they're projecting they projecting onto you, if they can get you to listen to those projections and not follow your heart, they got you. They don't got you where they want you, but they got you to self-sabotage, procrastinate against your own self, your own destiny. Don't give it to them. Don't allow them to place you in this predicament. Is it going to be easy? No. No, ma'am. No, sir. It's not. It's not. But when you get that thing done, the feeling that you have on the inside of you, it doesn't compare to anything. The feeling of accomplishment, the confidence, that the positive energy that flows through you after you finish that thing. You can't tell me that's not God. You can't tell me that that's not a defense mechanism coming from God. It's totally different from when you started it to when you complete it. How God comes in and floods you with so much positivity, confidence, allow you to see that thing the way it truly is, because when you land in the bed and clicking, you can't see that thing. Only thing you see is, I don't feel like it. I don't want to. But I'm telling you, listen to me. If you see your way through and get it done, I promise you, you won't be feeling the way you felt when you first started it. You'll see what I'm talking about. So, with that being said, I'm going to leave that right there. But I need you to be honest with your own self. Be honest. And get this stuff done. Burn that negative energy. Burn it. Burn this stuff off of you. Open up that flow again. Open up that energy of freedom again. Because it's a cycle it's a continuous cycle. Free yourself up. Free your mind. Fight against these people, places, and things that's trying to stop and block you by coming against your own self, your own destiny, your own wisdom, not using your mind and your heart and the gifts and talents and ability that God given you to discern what's going on with you. So again, I'm going to leave that there. Once again, we'll probably got to couple of days. It's the 2nd. So a couple of days before I make the decision as to who I'm going to pick, 2 people to coach, have a coaching session with, I should say. You have till June the 9th. And if I can't find the 2 people that I need to work with, I will stretch it out more. But because I need to know for sure that's who I'm going to give a coaching session to. If you want to be considered, you need to comment, and the comment need to be more than just I want a coaching section. I'm not, though those comments, that's fine, but I can't connect with you on that. You need to be more detailed. You need to, why does this reading, why me as a reader, or a messenger or a prophet or prophetess, why do you feel that I'm the right person to coach you, to give you advice? What am I giving you? What do you need help with? What those are the things that I can connect with you to see if that is something. As I read, God lets me know that this is a person that you need to work with. This is one of them. But just saying, oh, I want a coaching section, that doesn't do it. So comment, like, share, and you need to go to my to subscribe to my other channel. I'm not on it right now. I'm focusing on one channel right now, but I still have that channel, and I have every intention on going back. That's in that channel. What about the healing? It'll be for all signs. I won't include Taurus in that one because I have a Taurus channel, but you have other signs. You have your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus. You have all these other signs that with those messages, you can tie all of them in together. So that's what that channel will be for your other signs. So you can subscribe to that. And so that's like, share, subscribe, and then subscribe to my other channel, which will be in the description box. If you do that, and I read and I connect with you, you're a shoo-in. So with that being said, I asking everybody to like, share, subscribe, so we can get the channel to 30,000 subscribers. Because we at I think we at 25,000. So we're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. So share, get the videos out there. And so let's see where we can go, where we can do with this. So with that being said, I love each and every one of you. And I remember, if you have it, please go into this description box, and you can either donate or you can buy the popcorn for the fundraiser. So don't forget about the fundraiser, guys. Please support the fundraiser. It is for a good cause. It's for the children. All right. So with that being said, Trinity is